Have you ever grabbed a quick bite to eat without a second thought? What if I told you that where you eat could have a much bigger impact on your life than you ever imagined, affecting not just your body, but your mind and even your spirit? Stay with me, because today we're diving into 5 crucial reasons why you need to be incredibly careful about where you eat. And the last reason, drawing from ancient wisdom, might just change the way you look at your dinner plate forever. Let's jump right in with our first reason, the obvious but often overlooked issue of hygiene and food safety. We've all heard the horror stories, right? You go to a restaurant, everything looks fine, but behind the scenes, it's a different story. Cross-contamination, undercooked food, ingredients past their prime. These aren't just minor mistakes. They can lead to serious health problems. The CDC estimates that about 48 million people get sick from foodborne illnesses each year. That's 1 in 6 Americans. It's a stark reminder that we need to be vigilant. Look for those health inspection grades, check online reviews, and trust your gut. If a place feels off, it probably is. Your health is your most valuable asset, so protecting it starts with choosing a clean and safe place to eat. Now for our second reason, which goes a little deeper. The quality of the ingredients. Think about it. Are you eating real, whole foods, or are you consuming a cocktail of processed chemicals, artificial flavors, and preservatives? Many fast food chains and even some sit-down restaurants prioritize low costs over high quality. This often means using ingredients that are stripped of their natural nutrients and loaded with things our bodies were never designed to process. In 1 Corinthians 6:19-20 it says, "Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore honor God with your bodies." Honoring God with our bodies means nourishing them with the good things He created, not with artificial substitutes. When you choose a restaurant that uses fresh, locally sourced, and whole ingredients, you're not just eating a meal. You're making an investment in your well-being and honoring the incredible gift of your body. Moving on to reason number 3, and this one is about the mind, the atmosphere and influence of the establishment. Have you ever noticed how different environments make you feel? Eating in a calm, peaceful setting is a completely different experience from eating in a loud, chaotic, or negative place. The conversations you overhear, the music playing, the overall energy of a place, it all seeps into your consciousness. Proverbs 13:20 gives us a powerful principle. Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. While this is about people, the principle can extend to our environments. If we consistently place ourselves in environments that are filled with negativity, gossip, or worldly values, it can subtly influence our thoughts and attitudes. Choose to dine in places that promote peace, kindness, and positivity. Your meal should be a time of rest and nourishment, not just for your body, but for your soul as well. A wholesome environment contributes to a wholesome life. This brings us to our fourth reason, which is all about stewardship and ethics. Where does your money go when you buy a meal? When you choose where to eat, you are casting a vote with your dollars. You're either supporting a massive corporation, or you could be supporting a local family, a small business owner who pours their heart and soul into their craft. You're supporting certain agricultural practices, labor standards, and community values. The Bible often speaks about justice and caring for the poor and the worker. For instance, Deuteronomy 24:14 says, "Do not take advantage of a hired worker who is poor and needy." By choosing to support restaurants that treat their employees fairly, pay a living wage, and source their ingredients ethically, you are participating in a system of justice and compassion. You're being a good steward of the resources God has given you, using your purchasing power to bless others and promote good in your community. So next time you're deciding where to eat, think about whose dream you are supporting. And now, for the fifth and final reason, the one I promised would be a game changer. This reason is about spiritual contamination. This might sound intense, but it's a concept with deep historical and biblical roots. In the Old Testament, particularly in Daniel chapter 1, we see a powerful example. Daniel and his friends, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, were captives in Babylon, chosen to serve in the king's court. They were offered the king's finest food and wine. But Daniel 1:8 says, "But Daniel resolved not to defile himself with the royal food and wine." Why? This wasn't just a dietary preference. This food was often first dedicated or offered to pagan idols. To eat it would be to participate, even indirectly, in idol worship. It was a spiritual compromise. Daniel understood that food could be a channel for ungodly influence. He chose to honor God above all, even if it meant eating only vegetables and water. Now, fast forward to the New Testament. The Apostle Paul addresses this in 1 Corinthians, explaining that for mature believers, an idol is nothing, and food offered to it is just food. However, he also gives a serious warning in chapter 10, verse 20-21. The sacrifices of pagans are offered to demons, not to God, and I do not want you to be participants with demons. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons too. You cannot have a part in both the Lord's table and the table of demons. The principle here is profound. We must be aware of the spiritual source and dedication behind things. While we may not see restaurants openly dedicating food to idols today, the spirit behind an establishment matters. Is it a place built on greed, exploitation, and ungodly principles? Or is it a place built on integrity, service, and a desire to bless others? The unseen energy and intention behind your food can have an effect. By being prayerful and discerning about where we eat, we protect ourselves from subtle spiritual influences and ensure we are partaking only from the Lord's table. So, let's recap the 5 reasons to be careful where you eat. 1. Protect your physical health from poor hygiene and foodborne illness. 2. Nourish your body with high-quality, whole ingredients, honoring it as a temple. 3. Guard your mind by choosing positive and peaceful atmospheres. 4. Be a good steward by ethically using your money to support just and local businesses. And 5. Protect your spirit by being discerning about the unseen principles and intentions behind the establishment. Your choice of where to eat is more than just a simple decision. It's a declaration of your values. It affects your body, your mind, your community, and your spirit. By being mindful and intentional, we can turn every meal into an act of worship, an investment in our health, and a blessing to those around us. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope this gave you some valuable food for thought. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you do not miss our future content. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one thing you look for when choosing a place to eat? Until next time, stay discerning and be blessed.